Hello everyone, today we're going to talk about these topics: sentences, clauses, one-clause sentences, objects of preposition, and appositives. So let's start with defining what a clause is. So a clause is when you have one subject and one verb. Okay, so here our subject is the box and the verb is can be opened. We don't have any other subject or any other verb, right? So this all complete, the yellow box, this is one sentence, but it's a sentence with only one clause, only one subject and one verb. Okay, so this is the most simple sentence type. The rule is that for every subject you have one verb. So for one subject you have one verb, for one verb you have one subject. And this is like the proportion, right? So it's not possible in English to have one subject but have two verbs. That's incorrect. Or the other way around, to have two subjects and then only one verb. That is also incorrect. Or, sometimes you have a verb but you don't have a subject. Incorrect. Or the other way around. If you have a subject but you don't have a verb, this is not a clause. Okay? So yeah. One subject, one verb, that is a clause. Apart from this, the subject and the verb need to agree. O sea, tiene que haber concordancia entre este sujeto y el verbo. For example, if my subject is she and my verb is are, she are a student. Okay, I have one subject and I have one verb, but it's not correct because the subject and the verb do not agree. Tiene que haber un sujeto por cada verbo, pero aparte tiene que haber concordancia. Entonces, she is a student. Some sentences in English have just one subject and one verb, and it is very important for you to find the subject and verb in these sentences. So look at this TOEFL example. Blank was backed up for miles on the freeway. You need to check, does it have a subject, does it have a verb? So right off the bat we can see the verb was backed up. So now that we see that we have a verb, we know that we are missing a subject, okay? So yesterday, this is not a subject. We can eliminate this. In the morning, not a subject. This is a subject, traffic, and cars, this is also a subject. So we have two possible answers. So remember, one subject for every verb, but also they need to agree. Como tenemos el verbo was, necesitamos que tenga concordancia. So this is a singular verb, we need a singular subject. In this case, the correct answer is traffic, letter C. Because cars is plural. Si pusiéramos cars, necesitaríamos que aquí dijera where, right? Let's look at this other example. Engineers blank for work on the new space program. So we have a subject, engineers, and we don't have a verb, right? So we need an option that provides a verb. This is not a verb, this has a verb, this is not a verb, and this is not a verb. So just by elimination, we know that the correct answer is B. Engineers are needed for work on the new space program. Here's another example. The boy blank going to the movies with a friend. So again, analyze, does it have a subject? Does it have a verb? So we can see that it has a subject, that is the boy, and we can see that it has not a complete verb, but we have the part of the verb going. This is not a verb because going, it needs an auxiliary. Necesitaremos que tuviera un auxiliar primero. So it's an incomplete verb. A doesn't work porque nos da un otro sujeto, entonces tendríamos dos y un verbo. Let's see, este es lo mismo, tenemos dos sujetos, so incorrect. This can be, but the problem is, ya tendríamos un sujeto y tendríamos dos verbos. And so we know that the correct answer is letter D. The boy will be going to the movies with a friend. You need to be careful with objects of preposition. But what's an object of preposition? Well, look at this sentence. After his exams, Tom will take a trip by boat. Okay, so we have two prepositional phrases. A prepositional phrase is composed by a preposition and the object of the preposition, this one. Okay, so prepositional phrase, se compone de una preposition, siempre empieza con una preposition y lo que le sigue es el objeto de esa preposition, ¿ok? Y luego tenemos nuestro sujeto Tom y nuestro verbo will take. So an object of a preposition is a noun, pronoun, gerund, or noun clause that comes after a preposition. Yes? The prepositions can be in, at, of, to, by, behind, on, etc. I'm going to give you a list of prepositions so that you can check them. An object of a preposition can cause confusion because it can be mistaken for the subject of a sentence. So look at this example. With his friend, blank, found the movie theater, ¿ok? Y entonces a lo mejor pensamos, pues tenemos el verbo que es found y tenemos el sujeto que es his friend. Entonces ya tenemos un sujeto, un verbo, hay que buscar una que no tenga eso. But no, this is incorrect. ¿Por qué? Porque esta es una prepositional phrase que empieza con una preposition y tiene después un object of a preposition, ¿ok? Entonces este es prepositional phrase, este no es el sujeto, no debemos confundirlo. So we know that we have a verb, we need one subject. Which option can we use? Letter B, porque nos da el sujeto he. With his friend, he found the movie theater. We also have appositives. Look at this example. Sally, the best student in the class, got an A on the exam. So this phrase that is between the commas, this is called an appositive. And an appositive gives us extra information about the subject. Aquí nuestro sujeto es Sally. Esta frase que está entre comas nos da más información sobre Sally. ¿Quién es Sally? She is the best student in the class. Because this is extra information, we could erase it and there will be no problem. Sally got an A on the exam. Entonces, si le quitamos esto, todavía tiene sentido y todavía tenemos nuestro sujeto Sally y nuestro verbo got, right? We have to be careful of not thinking that Sally is one subject and the best student is another subject. O sea, no tenemos doble sujeto, yes? Porque esto no es un sujeto, es un appositive. So let's look at this example of the TOEFL. Blank, George, is attending the lecture. Entonces, George no es nuestro sujeto. ¿Por qué? Porque está entre comas, es nuestro appositive. Y tenemos el verbo is attending. Entonces, ¿qué nos falta? Pues un sujeto. Esta no puede ser, esta tampoco, esta tampoco. From elimination, we can know that because this is an appositive, we need a subject, and the option that gives us a subject is letter D, my friend. So, my friend, George, is attending the lecture. Y de nuevo esto nos da más información. Mi amigo, ¿cuál amigo? Pues George. Yes, pero hay que tener en cuenta que como está entre estas comas, no es el sujeto. Here we have another example. This is a different example. So we have Sarah rarely misses her basketball shots. And we have a comma at the beginning of the sentence. Entonces, si se fijan aquí, Sarah no está entre comas. Aquí Sarah es nuestro sujeto. Y tenemos nuestro verbo misses. ¿Qué significa? Que aquí está el appositive. Y entonces necesitamos que ni sea sujeto y que tampoco sea verbo. Por ejemplo, letter B, esta está mal porque tiene un verbo, right? Esta también tiene un verbo, entonces esta también está incorrecta. So, ¿de quién nos está dando extra información el appositive? Pues de Sarah. Necesitamos algo que describa a Sarah. Y la opción D dice her excellent basketball play. Esto no describe a Sarah. Entonces, the correct answer is letter A, an excellent basketball player. So, an excellent basketball player, ese es nuestro appositive, Sarah rarely misses her basketball shots. So basically, if a word is an appositive, it is not the subject. And we have these two structures. Tom, a really good mechanic, is fixing the car. Sujeto, Tom, verbo is fixing, y entre comas tenemos the appositive. Si lo tuviéramos al principio, entonces tenemos a really good mechanic, Tom is fixing the car. Este al principio es nuestro appositive, nos da extra información de Tom, que es nuestro sujeto, y nuestro verbo is fixing. Again, here are the references so that you know the books I'm using for this course, and I'll see you next time.